everybody, it's Lavender Town, and today I'm going to be doing a little something to celebrate the 20th anniversary of Harry Potter. Harry Potter is one of my absolute favorite series of all time. It was a huge part of my childhood and I love it to this day. But one of the things I always noticed is that even within the Harry Potter fandom, very few people are super excited about Harry himself. Usually everybody is more into other side characters and stuff, and I think that makes a lot of sense because in these types of stories it's usually best to have a character that's not too flashy as the main, especially if we're entering a really wondrous world like we did in Harry Potter. But that being said, I thought it would be fun to design him in a bit of a more, a more modern way, more fashionable, and just more fun to look at least for me. So first I'm drawing him as he is described in the books more. There are some discrepancies between how he's described in the books and how he looks in the movie. Obviously a lot of that couldn't be avoided because they were dealing with child actors who were going to grow up differently and all these different things, so I don't really hold it against them, but certain things like the fact that he has green eyes and more tousled hair and is very, very thin and small is something that didn't carry over as much in the movie, so I'm drawing him that way here. In the Harry Potter world, he's typically wearing like a cloak, which fits in well with the wizard theme, and today I kind of wanted to just sort of approach it as if he was sort of designed today and was sort of a cool kid, so you'll see in a minute what I sort of mean by that. This is a pretty self-indulgent video, I can't lie, but if you guys like it, just let me know and I'll do this for like Harry and or for Hermione and Ron and Luna and whoever else you guys want. And of course, you can also suggest characters from other books and movies. I'm trying to branch out from just the Disney princess thing, so yeah, if you have any suggestions, I'd be happy to hear them. Yeah, Harry Potter is a really important story to me. I really, really loved it. My dad read it to me for a long time, and then I read them myself, and I've seen all the movies, and I have the illustrated edition of the first one. And yeah, I'm kind of a super fan, to be honest. It is interesting to see how characters are designed differently today, especially teenage characters. Harry was designed originally when he's like 11, right? So his design carries through with sort of a more 11-year-old look, I think, for a long time. I thought it would be fun to sort of approach him as if he's designed like a teenager, and sort of to have that kind of aesthetic. I also thought it would be fun to see a bit more personality in like wizard fashion and stuff, because it tends to be very samey. At least in the cinematic universe, it's typically flowing cloaks and sweaters and things like that, and a lot of that I think is inspired by sort of the fashion of like Britain and stuff. So I'm kind of approaching it as if he's an American teen as well. I just kind of realized that wasn't totally intentional, but yeah, you're always affected by where you came from, I think. So I tried to consider all the different factors of Harry and his personality. I always felt like in the movies his personality was kind of more bland than in the books. He's a lot funnier in the books, I feel like, and yeah, he has more of a sense of humor and more pushback about his like situation with the Dursleys and everything. I also thought that the lightning scar, I always kind of wanted it to be more significant on his face. Like, I think, basically repelling the killing curse is like, that's such a big deal, and it always seemed a little strange to me that it would be this little nick on his forehead when it could be, quite dramatic. So I decided to pull that down farther on his face and have it affect his eye a little bit, just because I thought that his position as sort of someone who feels famous, but in a way that makes him kind of a pariah at some points, that a more serious injury like that could tell that story a little better. Again, I feel so weird even criticizing anything about this story because it's such a huge part of my life, so please don't take any of this the wrong way. Like I really love it. That's the only reason I'm even doing this, is because I really love the story. But I also love fashion. So I gave him a little sweater, like sort of an oversized sweater. There's a lot of emphasis in the books that like none of his clothes really fit right. And a lot of that's because most of what he was wearing a lot of the times was like Dudley's. So I guess you could make the argument that maybe he'd want to wear tighter clothes, just because it's something he never got to do. But I kind of wanted to carry it through to this design, that he had sort of an oversized sweater and things like that, because I thought that'd be really cute. I gave him slightly different glasses. That was just sort of to see what it would be like. Again, like messing with the round glasses is something that I thought would be interesting, because it's such an iconic part of his original design. So I made them rectangular, and I gave him a little beanie, and of course Hedwig's on his shoulder. And yeah, I put on his, I sort of parodied the I'm Cooler on the Internet shirts that are kind of have been going around, and I did a I'm Cooler in the Daily Prophet shirt. I don't know if they would ever sell that, but yeah, he's always getting written about in there, and it's usually terrible. So I thought he could sort of ironically wear this. Yeah, I don't know. I really don't know how this video is going to be received, because like I had a lot of fun with it, but I could see how this sort of bizarrely millennial version of Harry Potter could rub some people the wrong way. I don't know. I like messing with this universe because it is so like, it's such a big part of like, it was just such an important story for me. So I thought I would do it. It's sort of a modernizing. I mean, he's not really an old enough character to say that I'm modernizing him, but it still sort of feels like that, if you know what I mean. Oh, I also made his Gryffindor scarf a little thinner, so it's more like fashionable, I guess. And I gave him a little bag, because like it's weird that he doesn't have a bag to carry all his stuff in. I guess he has pockets, but like, yeah, I thought it'd be more convenient. And I also, yeah, overall I just tried to make it look like he's sort of a more laid-back version of Harry Potter, because that is, I much prefer him in the books for that exact reason. Like the fact that he can joke around about things and be a little bit, I don't know. I mean, the whole thing with the movies is I felt like they were a little bit more grim, a little bit more action-oriented than the books ever were, because the books had all this time dedicated to like him doing his homework and dealing with like, you know, social stuff, and not, it wasn't all, you know, Voldemort all the time, or Chosen One all the time. There's a lot of like having trouble in herbology, and like there's too many scrolls of homework due this week, that kind of thing. So I just tried to, yeah, create sort of a casual and approachable version of Harry Potter. Yeah, I'm really fond of bringing the scar down. I really like that, but I guess, I don't know if it's like borderline sacrilege to change things like his scar and his glasses, but yeah, it's just for fun. I still tried to dress him like he's not super well off, because even in this story, it's clear that he's fairly uncomfortable with his wealth, especially in realizing that like Ron, his family is really poor, and he really doesn't like to be flashy about it. So I tried to give him fairly like inexpensive looking clothes and that kind of thing. And yeah, with that, I'm sort of done. I found this really fun. I don't know, like, I hope you guys like it. I don't know if this is the kind of thing you guys are into. I know it's a little different than the Disney Princess redesigns, but if you are into it and you'd like to see more, please suggest other characters you would like me to modernize. And yeah, thank you so much for watching to the end of the video, and I'll see you very soon. Oh, whoops, one last thing. I am actually thinking about trying to make some merchandise for the channel. A lot of you guys have been asking for different things, and I've realized that that's something you guys are really interested in, so it's something I'm looking into. With that in mind, I'm wondering what you guys are interested in. Like, are you thinking about like clothes or prints, or like what kind of stuff you would want from me? So if you have any ideas about that, please leave it down in the comments below, because I'm kind of new to this, so I'd love all the help I can get. Yeah, okay, bye for real. Big thank you to my patrons, including Christy Stewart, Adrian Delport, Muffins McGee, Painamel, Cal Pompone, Violet Wilkes, Kate Meekins, Juan Alvarez, Den, Chartype, Lib 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 Lilith Brooks, Liv Likes to Draw, Addie Visual, and Heart Sprinkle. And just a quick reminder, if you think your name should have been called here and it wasn't, it probably means you're either less than a $10 patron, or your card has been marked as fraud, or your first pledge has not gone through. But once it has gone through for the first time, you will be called out in the end of the video. So just to clear that up. Have a great day, you guys.